I'm Miss Wilson. If you missed the last video, I teach 2nd grade, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. We are going to talk about gardening.
Hi, I'm Lori. I'm Kellen's mom, and this is my garden in my backyard, and we're going to talk about some fun stuff today. Here we are at my composting bin along with all of our other family members, so if the dogs come in and out of the video, just ignore them because they want some attention also. Okay, so this is my 3-bin composting system. It really takes like a 3-year period where you put everything in the first bin and you layer green and brown and green and brown. And then at the end of the year, you dump all that over into the second one and start all over again and then do the same thing. And at the end of the 3rd year, you have good soil, good composting soil at the end, and then you just keep it going. So I'm only on year 1. So I only have something in my first bin.
What do you mean layer between green and brown?
That is a very good question, Miss Wilson. Right here, what I do is we take all of our scraps from our house, from in the kitchen. As if you look close, you can see onions right there, an apple right there. There's an eggshell down there. And yeah, I've put that in there, and then I have shavings that I have mulched. I have a shredder. And when I have trees or extra, this is a pile of grass clippings. But if I have any other branches, things that I cut off, I run them through my shredder. And so I have my own mulch or I can't think of the word. Anyway, so I layer it in here and I put green and brown and green and brown. And then I don't have to turn it or anything because it sits here for a year before I turn it over. And if you look close down here, move, Hallie.
Gotta get the dogs out of the way.
If you look close down here, you can see bugs. There's some, it's dark down on the bottom where it's already been composting. This has been in here since November.
How many months has that been?
Let's see,
About 5.
About 5 months. Okay, and so you can obviously see how good and rich this soil looks down here compared to the top. Eventually it will all look like that by the time we get it over to the other side.
So what's the difference in this versus going to the store and buying a bag of mulch or soil at the Home Depot or Walmart or wherever you buy that stuff?
Well, by doing it myself, I'm saving for my scraps to go to the trash or somewhere that somebody else has to take care of that. I can put it all right here and get rid of my own scraps and recycle my own leftovers. Hi, okay, here we are again at my hay bale. This is my first year to do this. As you saw in Farmer Tim's video the other day, we were haying cows. So this is what they eat, but we're gonna use it for gardening today. So this whole season. So all I did, you have to prepare the bale with watering, and I put fertilizer in it to help it break down and start composting within the bale. And I did that for a good 10 days before I planted anything. And then I have it divided up with my string here. And on these 2 rows right here, I have yellow onions. And on those 2, Hallie wants in the video. On those 2 sides over there, I have potatoes.
So potatoes on this side, onions on that side.
Yes.
Okay, so we're back over at the front of the garden, and this where I'm sitting on is called a keyhole garden. It is called a keyhole garden because of the shape looks like a keyhole. As you can see, there's a little entrance right here which allows you to come all the way into the middle of your garden. This chicken wire in a circle is where you compost. So just like we just saw back in the back, you can take scraps from your dinner table, but like fruits and vegetables, eggshells, that kind of thing, coffee grounds, and take those, and instead of throwing them in the trash and sending them to the city dump or wherever your trash goes, you can bring them out to your garden and put it in the middle of the compost, and it goes in here in the stacks, and you turn it, in those nutrients from that spread out into the garden. So last year my mom planted zucchini and squash and tomatoes in this garden, but this year I think she's going to cut out the tomatoes and move those somewhere else. It's going to be zucchini and squash, and later in the spring when I come back to visit, I will update you on what it looks like.
Next, we're going to actually plant something. This is my raised bed right here. This is the very first one that I had. So we're going to plant green onions. And I'm trying something new this year. It's called seed tape. And it is a piece of tape. It's not really tape. It's like cloth almost. And it's got seeds spread out in it if you look right there. And so all you have to do is make a little valley here in your soil. And some of this soil came from my composting over there. At the end of the year, when it's full, I take all that composting out and I use it in my other beds. So I'm going to take this piece of tape and just lay it down in this little valley here that I made. Just push it lightly so that it's in there. And then I just go back and cover it slightly like this. And this is about 3 feet right here. And what I'll do, I have more of the tape, and I'll plant probably 2 more rows right here to go along beside my radish. If you look, Kellen, come around over here and look at my radish. I just planted these like 5 days ago. There's 2 rows, this same tape. So see how straight a line they are? Hey. So see how straight the rows are because I use this tape all the way down, and that's radish. And then on this end, the sign is on this side, I just planted carrots the same day I planted those radish the other day, but they're not quite, can't really see them yet. They'll take a little more time. So hopefully the radish will be the first to be ready to harvest because they grow really quick. And then carrots after that. So I'm still in this bed. I'll still plant some tomatoes and some more yellow onions. Miss Wilson mentioned that I was a math teacher, so I thought I'd take just a second and we would do a math problem because math is important. As you can see, you'll use it in your future when you get big. All right, so we talked about the radish that I planted in the flower bed over here and that they harvest really quickly. They actually take about 22 days to get to harvest. That means you can pick them and eat them. So I mentioned that I had planted them about 5 days ago and you could already see a little bit of growth. So how are we going to figure out when we can plant them? How many more days do we have to wait to pull them out? So if it takes 22 days to harvest and I planted them 5 days ago, should I add 5 to 22 or should I subtract 5 from 22?
I think you should take away.
All right, so we're going to take away minus sign 5 for the 5 days ago that I planted them. So that means we're going to subtract. So 22 minus 5 is, Miss Wilson?
I think I'm going to say it's 17. Is that right?
Very good. 17 more days until I can harvest them and pick them out of my garden to eat. Yum.
All right, so now we're over here at this little trough. All of my mom's gardens, she grows food, vegetables, fruit, and herbs are raised gardens because the soil where we live is not strong enough to support vegetable and growth life. Look, my dog wants to come say hi. And so she pulls it up into a raised bed like this. You can see they're up. And it has plenty of room to root, to let the roots go down and grow big and strong. So right here in this little horse cattle water trough thing, my mom has rosemary and oregano. And there is some parsley planted, but you can't see it up coming yet. But you see this? So just last night, my mom was cooking dinner and she needed some rosemary. So my sister came out here and she snipped some off the plants and we were able to add that to our dinner without even having to buy it from the store. So when you do things like this and you're able to grow your own food and herbs and things like that, it's really cool because you get to cook with them, and then when you're eating it, you can think, wow, I didn't have to go to the store for this. I didn't spend a lot of money on this at the grocery store. I just bought the seeds, and I took the time to plant it and to take care of it, and teaches you how to have responsibility to take care of things other than, oh, did I play my video games today, or did I do this? It's giving you a chance to take care of something and grow something all on your own, and I think that's really cool. All right, it's time for a joke. Do you have a garden joke for us?
I do. Are you ready?
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce who?
Let us in and you'll find out.
Oh, that's a good one.
Speaking of lettuce, I'm going to plant some in my beds.
Nice. We'll have to come back in a few weeks and
See if I'll let you in.
Yeah. That was so much fun walking through the garden with my mom. I hope you guys all enjoyed it too. Get outside and play today. Read a book. Do some math. Have fun with your family. Play a game. And we will see you next time. Bye.